Hello, friends and family, and welcome to the 2023 Open at Austin, presented by Lone Star Disc. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event. We are here in Austin, Texas, and I'm Holly Finley.
I'm Connor O'Reilly, and Holly, does disc golf get harder when the wind is blowing really hard?
Yeah, you should check out yesterday's coverage. If you haven't, that was insane. Today, however, is a completely different story. The ladies started teeing off around 8 a.m. and there was hardly any wind at all. It wasn't much warmer, but the birdies were a lot easier to come by.
Yesterday, there were 0 holes playing under par, and today we had 6, so stay tuned to find out which ones as we watch Missy Gannon, well known for her big putts and her accurate throwing ability. Another look at Sarah Hokom, who we saw yesterday. We're going to see a lot of forehands out of her, and let's see if she's hitting those angles good today, and she was real close on all of those putts.
Ohn Scoggins, everyone knows her as the best putter in the female pro division.
Let's see what Missy has to say about that today.
And Jessica Weese, who has an incredible array of skills, both backhand, forehand, overhand, anything really. She's got it.
Yeah, look at the power and that heel rotation on that shot. Jessica's got that pop for sure.
Hole 1, par 4, 600 feet. This is a heck of a starting hole. You've got OB left and right all the way down to the basket. A lot of players who don't even throw sidearm are going to opt for a sidearm off of the tee just so they can stay in bounds. If you have a pretty good turnover shot, you can risk that, but again, it is risky. Now, yesterday was too windy for that type of shot. Today, with less wind, it might be more favorable.
Yeah, we still have pretty much the same wind direction, so you can kind of play the same reads, but just with a little bit less worry in your mind of what's going to happen with your disc. Like Holly said, the backhand is there, but matching that angle and not having it cut out to the left is tough to do. Oh, that one looks like it just thought it phased through the tree, but it looks like the backside dropped it down.
I feel like that's the most common error I've seen on this hole. The players doing the sidearm right into that tree, which is actually the drop zone.
Yeah, trusting a shot right at the out of bounds to start your round can be really sketchy and hard to commit to. Sarah puts a nice line on this one.
Now, she didn't make it past the tree yesterday, but today that's a perfect shot.
Yeah, it's a very good spot to be. We've seen Ohn throw a lot of forehands, so she should be able to put herself in bounds, no problem here. She's got that signature kind of Paul Macbeth pre-swing, and really trust that disc right there. Hopefully it'll sit down. Jessica's been on this chase card a lot this year. She's been playing some good golf so far in 2023. Ooh. This one's testing. Can it come back? Wow.
I love that. The distance she got on that. Missy Gannon's second shot.
Sometimes a shot like that can help shake off those nerves and make you just force you to laugh and feel some relief on the tee of one, and can be a good start to the round. Also, the left side's a great position, pretty wide open. You think Ohn's attacking here?
Yes. Destroyer, destroyer.
A little bit high here. This one's going to need some fortune.
Oh, that is out of bounds on the right side. Hokom's second shot into the green, and she is rolling towards OB as well, and unfortunately she finds it. 2 out of bounds for the ladies here on hole 1 with their up shots.
I thought I liked Sarah's, and a lot of times this grass can play pretty sticky out here, but she just Barely caught that nose up skip.
I hate that. They were such good drives.
Jessica coming in nicely, using that hill to check up, and plops down in circle 1.
Good looking shot with a gator. Oh, that's tracking left. Is it going to catch enough grass? And it doesn't. That's 3 out of bounds up shots. It just gets away from you out here. And this is a new tool we picked up in Las Vegas. It is a stick that extends to the exact measurement of 1 meter, so you can walk in because everyone's shoe size isn't the same.
Yeah, definitely a great tool to have. We mentioned that in commentary in the past. You should look up your foot size to inch ratio so you know exactly how far you need to take it, unless you're going to grab that stick.
Scoggins does not connect on her putt, and neither does Hokom. And this is Weese for birdie. Little right side, doesn't quite connect for the first putt.
Yeah, she had that left to right, maybe holding her over, just didn't quite commit.
It's a strong starting putt from Missy.
For sure, unfortunate bogey, but she understands that hole 1 can be tricky, and sometimes hitting a putt like that can really help.
Three bogeys and 1 par from the female chase card here on the first hole.
Hole 2 tees off out of this out of bounds area. Play some out to the right pretty wide over this bunker and have it fade. You're going to land somewhere around this corner here. You can get a little more aggressive if you like, but really this one's just a placement shot off the tee to get yourself into a comfortable range into this protected green. Out of bounds, surrounding the right and the left. You got to come in under this tree canopy on the right ideally, or play the straight shot through the left side to give yourself a look.
Jessica Weese up first.
Nice low pull. It's going to skip straight for her, and oh my gosh, that one just dances as well. That was looking like it might be okay. Oh, that was very unfortunate ground play.
The risk of the high-speed driver.
Absolutely. I was throwing driver here at first in practice, and then I kind of recognized that the fairway was getting me to the spot I needed without that risk of skipping left, and I've been going with that one. I think it's something to do here for sure.
Missy Gannon lands in the middle of the fairway. That's a good-looking drive for her.
Sarah needs this one to bite on the ground, and I believe that is inbounds off on the fat part of the fairway to the right there, but she's going to have a long way in.
Scoggins with the destroyer off the tee of 2. Ohn Scoggins throws mostly star destroyers for every single shot.
She keeps it simple. Throw your destroyer, bang some putts. Ooh, this one's low and it slides up. That looked like maybe a rock or something. Busting out the rare mid-range shot maybe. Sarah gonna need this one to fight, and she has enough nose angle to get it to. Yeah, smart shot, and it was kind of tricky. She really had to throw a good shot and have it flex over to clear that green, but then needed to fight out to avoid the out of bounds long, so well executed.
And you can't quite see the full basket from this area, so you sort of have to remember where you're aiming from your practice rounds, because the out of bound comes up quick over here, and you can see Missy fans it here on her upshot. I hate that. She had such a good drive.
Yeah, ground playing a little fast today, so something to note for the players maybe. And like you said, just being able to see the flag versus being able to see the big bulk of the basket, it's way harder to judge the depth, and Jessica just holds this one over a little bit. Unfortunate error there.
And Weese out of bounds again. She just needed more of a hyzer finish on that shot. It had the right distance. It just didn't get left. Now this one looks good. All right, she'll have a putt at it. Clean it up, hopefully.
Yeah, I think these open holes like this where it's placement, I think being simple is really good, and sometimes throwing that slightly slower disc can help, so maybe Jessica can make an adjustment going in tomorrow and come get that birdie here.
I like the spike hyzer approach from Ohn to eliminate more of that, flare skip that you can't really control sometimes.
Yeah,
hey, that's a drop-in par.
Tree must have been right in her line, because otherwise we know she would have gave it that lofty bid she likes.
Hey, yesterday we would be praying for some drop-in pars.
Oh.
Ooh.
Missy almost swings in that one. Nice, powerful straddle stance. Jessica has the one stump that they left to kind of navigate, and that's a great putt to save a double after some unfortunate errors with the driver.
Got a Flight Factory run back. Jessica Weese definitely saving the double with a killer putt. Sigh of relief. Check out Flight Factory's link in the description. Ohn with a strong par putt.
Missy settling for another bogey, but her putter has looked solid out of the hand so far. See if she can keep the disc in bounds and give herself some birdie opportunities going forward.
Hopefully some birdies coming up soon.
This looks perfect. Off the basket. Now it's rolling. It's headed for the OB. This needs to sit. Oh my goodness, it's safe! Right on the line. She's gonna have about a 30-foot putt for the win. Okay, here we go. The putt is up. Boom, it's in! Strong side with authority. What an incredible moment. Yes!
Hole 3, double Mando right off the tee, coming in at 354 feet. You do have out of bounds on the right and the left. If you can get a drive that goes straight and then has a strong left finish, you can get yourself a birdie. If you try to hyzer too much off the tee, it's likely you might come up a little short. Also, the wind really came into play on this hole yesterday, but again today it's almost windless right now. Hokom up first. And that's a little low, but
That's a fortunate flare.
it's in bounds.
Looks like she didn't really like the footing. Half the tees out here, or at least a number, are on these built-up kind of 2x4s, and sometimes the run up off the back, the height gain you have to have can be tricky and mess up some of your momentum and make you think about your footwork more than usual. Missy hangs this one wide. Let's see if she can get some good ground play. And that's a scary putt. Let's see if she runs that or just takes the easy layup and moves on to the next one.
And that shot looked a little similar to Jess's second shot on the last hole, or the third shot. It's in bounds, but I think she needed a little more left on that. I'm surprised her destroyers aren't just having a stronger left finish.
Yeah, she's coming out hard and flat and maybe just needs to bump up in stability to handle that torque. Nice accurate approach from Sarah. We know where Owen's going to be with this one. Bullseye every time. We already learned that at Las Vegas. Jessica comes in with a little too much angle and not quite enough spin, and that's going to be a little scarier than she wanted probably. Missy really lining this one up. You guys, this is such a gutsy putt to run.
From 35.
Wow.
Ooh, birdie, Missy Gannon on hole 3.
That is incredible.
Another run back already? I like this. Ooh, steer it in with the knee. It works every time.
I laid up a putt from a similar spot round one, just trying to stay in control in that high wind. And yeah, it's a scary green that you have to really be such a strong putter to commit to.
Great par save from Jessica Weese.
Sarah puts it into that left side, able to save par after a drive that could have cost her more if it didn't get that anti-skip.
The crowd loves Ohn Scoggins. Wow.
Owen's a fan favorite.
Well, she's my favorite too.
She's so entertaining and just she's always full of energy and smiles.
And with that, Missy cards the first birdie of the round.
Hole 4. This one plays over the creek, 888-foot par 5 out of bounds golf green to navigate here on the right, as well as a line along the rough there in the corner. You want to throw it just left of the golf green and then pitch yourself maybe just past this dirt spot here up onto this elevated platform, giving yourself a look into the tunnel that leads you to the basket. This is a nice 3-shot par 5 that I think is one of my favorites out here. It really challenges a number of skills, and I think especially for the FPO field, I feel like it's in a good spot where you can get around that corner and give yourself a look at the tunnel.
Missy Gannon with a Z-force off the tee. Can it go inbounds? And it does not.
Sarah with a nice angle on this one. That's what you want. You want to test the left side of that green, but never really push the disc too flat on it. This looks great too.
Yeah, Missy took like the over the green approach while Sarah and Ohn stayed completely to the left side. Let's see what Weese is going to do here. It's like more of a flare hyzer finish.
Maybe trying to get to that long side to open up her sight angle
I like
to
that.
the next landing zone. It's a great place to be. Nice flat footing too.
Look at those delicious chips on the snack table. All right, this is Missy Gannon's third shot.
You gotta have your birdie fuel and reward yourself out there, yo. As well as it's good to just have nutrients so you can function as well as you can.
Sometimes a bag of Doritos will help you cash a putt.
I mean, you can't disprove of that. Ooh.
And this is wind's picking up.
Yeah, you can hear that. Definitely still enough wind today to have an effect on the players, but after yesterday it feels a lot more calm out there, a lot more attackable. Yeah, that gentle skip really saved her there. I think even if she skips 5-10 feet left of there, the angle could be a lot harder. Oh, this one's really pushing that
And I
out
saw
of bounds.
this happen a lot on day one. Look
Whoa.
at that! World Champ Love off the paywall. Back in bounds. That didn't happen to me. Mine stayed out of bounds. I'm not a world champ yet, so I guess that's the difference. Ohn Scoggins' third shot. Now this is set up in a great position. From here, if you're accurate, you can get all the way to the green, but it is a wooded, tricky shot. Missy can get all the way to the green too if you get the perfect flare skip. Let's see if she can do it.
Yeah, Missy's probably got about 340-ish feet from here.
Ooh, hits the gap. I like it. I like it.
Oh my goodness, she
I
pushed that one
love
so
it.
well.
That was played so well. That's just what I envisioned in my mind's eye.
She's going to have that tree in her putt line, so she might have to go with more of an Anheuser direct putt. Let's see how she's able to deal with that. And Sarah just flexes that one over a bit too much. But with that forehand she has, I bet she'll give herself a look to save. Jessica showing off the bag of tricks that we know she has.
She is always doing this tricky stuff, and she is so good at it. Gives herself about a 38-footer.
Yeah, she was one little wrist-sized tree away from getting up there into circle one.
Ooh, I love this positioning Ohn is in. Green's very attackable from here. It's looking a little left.
Yeah, it's one of those holes. It's long. It takes a while to play. So I think when you're playing it good and you put yourself in position for that tunnel shot, you feel like you already did the hard work, and it can put almost a little bit of extra pressure on a shot that can be routine in other positions. Sarah getting tricky with the forehand roller. And we got a putt off from circle one's edge back there.
Ohn with the pitch up.
That one had a good angle on it from Jess. Sarah coming out strong, catches the flag stick though. A little bit of right to left, maybe kind of holding her up there more than she expected possibly. Okay, Missy has a little more line than I thought. She has some good pops though.
Ooh, nice par putt from Missy Gannon.
That was so dead center.
I mean, the upshot was great too. That is a
really
tricky
was.
upshot.
It's one of those holes you got to work hard to get your birdie, and the bogey can come fast as soon as you take that out of bounds stroke off the tee or on your second. Couple pars, couple bogeys here on the fourth.
Hi, Bill.
Shout out to all the marshals out there.
Here we are on hole 5, 355 feet, a par 3. We do have the out of bounds golf green as well as these hazard sand traps. If you got about 340, you can send it straight at the bucket. If you're feeling a little nervous about that, you can swing it left or right and get pinned deep and just have a safe pitch up. And if you're a person that has trouble controlling your distance, maybe you're going to send it long OB. And this is on an elevated basket, so if you get up there and it's windy, the putt might be a little nerve-wracking. Gannon up first. Skips off the golf green, safe on the left side.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this pin placement and this hole for the FPO division. I think it challenges your distance, but it's attackable, and there's multiple ways to get it, but you got to earn it every way you get it. And that is, wow, hits
Jessica
the stanchion.
Weese, I thought she threw it into the ground and then it flexed up, and now she's just parked it.
Wow.
Another run back from Flight Factory. Check their link in the description if you haven't already. Weese with the absolute park job.
That was so well done.
Love to see it.
Sarah playing a little bit more of a full flex line and puts it right in almost the same spot. Just maybe use a little more energy with the long S flight versus Jessica's more direct, but that was a clinic on how to throw the forehand, you guys. Ohn is going to play this one simple and attack the rest of the course. Very mature play, understands her game, and playing mature in tournament golf is so good, you guys. You can always ride the hot streak, but sometimes when you try to force the hot streak, you shoot yourself out of it.
Gannon with a safe layup. This is Ohn Scoggins for par.
Those elevated baskets just make you have a little extra moment of thinking, especially if you're someone who kind of swings the putter low in their swing and kind of get the hand way up there.
Ooh, a birdie for Hokom.
There we
and
go.
Jess with a drop in. That's got to feel good.
Sarah and Jessica picking up their first birdies of the round. Card getting warmed up. Let's see if Ohn can get herself in the mix here soon. Coming out the gap, make sure to put on your sunscreen and put up the sail on your sailboat. Hope that the wind's off the right shoulder, because if not, you may not be able to reach this one. It plays so far left that without a right to left wind, it's really hard to access this one without some incredible creativity, like a backhand cut roller, forehand understable roller, maybe like extremely understable disc on high hyzer and get it to move left, but that's a scary shot to throw, and I'd love to see if we can have a long chip in on this one maybe.
Weese up first. She takes the tight inside hyzer line. And that's about a 70 footer at it.
I mean, that's about as good as I've seen it thrown. I haven't thrown it that good yet. This looks solid too.
That looks like a great shot.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments, you guys. Do you think shots being executed about as good as they can out of this gap in this wind and landing where they are make this a good hole, or is this something you guys don't enjoy watching?
Everyone taking the same shot here, more of the high hyzer. It's very interesting to see. I think just a low flat shot is also a good option. Ohn up there looks like she'll have a simple par. Missy Gannon.
Missy taking the risk and getting the reward.
Another run back. This is just a day of highlights.
Wow, this one is one that sets up for you to want to run it, but if you miss that basket with that kind of speed, there's a lot of putts you can't make back there, and Missy coming out firing, you guys. That is amazing. Yeah, Missy's saying, "What's up, you guys? I'll show you how to birdie this one." Sarah.
Hokom.
Wow. She put it on the line. Just
Yeah.
Missy went at that one with some vigor, and yeah, if she missed that one, she would have been back there.
Weese for two. Not quite enough air under that one to get in. Should be simple pars for everyone.
Except for Missy with the highlight reel. That was so good, you guys.
I'm pretty sure there were no other twos on hole 6 today. That is just too good. It's so rare. It's so tough.
We need y'all to pray for a south wind tomorrow, otherwise we might not see another one.
Hole 7, 340 feet, par 3. Yesterday there was a crazy crosswind here. The flag looked very calm. It felt calm on the tee, but in the middle of the fairway it was crazy. You do have these hazard golf traps near the green, as well as this thick rough on the right. This is pretty much just a straightforward, straight ahead shot. As long as you don't hyzer too far left into the hazard, you can get yourself a putt for birdie. Missy Gannon up first here on hole 7.
Still playing into a light headwind here, and Missy not quite holding, but wow, she stays in bounds. Gonna give herself another chance at a highlight. Let's see if she's here to deliver for the fans. Jessica smashes into this forehand. Let's see if it can get a good skip.
Ooh, look at this.
Plops over, rolls, and it slows down, curls back up, weaves out of the bullseye. That thing took a journey and got to an amazing destination.
It's looking a little high out of Hokom, tracking right hard, and she got so lucky. She's in the fairway. She could have been deep in there.
Yeah, all you need to be is a few feet into some of this thick stuff and you'll have nothing. But it's also thick enough to, a lot of times it'll just kick you out.
Ohn with the super flex shot, and she'll have about a 70-footer at it.
Sarah just looking to put that one up there and take the bullseye tap out.
Scoggins for 2.
Ooh, I'm liking it.
Oh!
Just low on the cage for Ohn.
Wow, Ohn, you didn't make that 70-footer? Jeez. I expect her to make all of them at this point.
She'll be putting for 5 hours tonight.
Gannon for 2. Little low on that one. Weese with the CTP and the only birdie. It's Jessica Weese's second birdie of the round.
Said that golf cart driving behind kind of razzed her a little bit. Definitely something to be aware of there as they're shuttling players back and forth from the lot to the starting hole. Another big shout out to all the volunteers in Austin helping make this event happen. Definitely some of the unsung heroes at each of our stops along the Pro Tour.
Elaine King once told me, if you're looking at a golf cart, honey, you're not looking at the right thing.
100%. And we have a new rule that, you can't stop for distractions behind where your line of play is. You just gotta play through it. And unless someone's in your direct line of play, you just gotta learn how to focus up and
muscle through it.
You're gonna need that focus here coming through the gap on hole 8. 330 feet, slight head right to left. That's gonna make that wing angle important here. Most of these players looking to play maybe a fairway driver, or if they're going forehand flex, probably a distance driver, and land it straight, give themselves an open putt on the short side, open side of this green.
With the previous birdie, we have Weese up first here on hole 8.
She threw this leopard to a tee here yesterday, but just doesn't quite get it turned here.
Missy using the thrasher as we know her to so well. And she might be too guarded for a putt. She might have an Annie putt at it if she can stretch out.
Ooh, Sarah just catches a little kiss off the trees and still able to make good progress.
She yelled at it enough.
She did. I got a little scared.
I mean, I did too.
Ohn gives this one enough nose to fight back. Flexing that destroyer up there. Edge of circle. Just outside, maybe 40 feet. Sarah's putt looks great and just not able to swing in time.
Jessica Weese up for a long birdie. She'll have a drop in.
I think she told that to get up like 0.2 seconds out of her hand. She knew right when she released it. Missy taking her time lining this one up and just chooses to lay up. There was nothing if Missy Gannon's not running it because apparently she's running everything today.
Ohn for 2. And doesn't connect with the basket at all. Very rare miss from Ohn Scoggins. Comeback putt. Sneaks in there.
If she got that one at the wrong time of the wobble, might have got rejected, but caught it at the right rotation and slipped over that rim.
You see all those cars? Those are all the spectators that came out to watch us today. We sure do appreciate you guys doing that. If you want to get a ticket for yourself, you can do that on the DGPT.com. Please come and see us at any of the Elite Series, Elite Plus, or Silver Series throughout the year. We would love to meet you and say hi. We even have an autograph booth, and we'd be happy to sign your disc or your face or whatever you want.
Drama all the way to the final hole. Kristen to win the Waco Annual Charity Open. She's done it! Kristen to tar.
All right, hole 9, 315 feet, a par 3. We do have a mandatory tree here, about halfway down the fairway on the right side. This rough on the left, you don't want to go in there. It's nothing. It's just a pitch out. You're not going to get a par if you end up in there unless you have a Superman shot. This is a very straightforward shot, similar to the previous holes. Just get yourself a line drive and hopefully a birdie putt. With little to no wind today, this should be a fairly easy hole to attack. Fortunately, Weese hits that Mando tree. Should be parable from there.
Yeah, 8 and 9 today, both played under par. The only 2 holes on the front 9 to do so today. Whereas, as we said yesterday, we had 0 holes under par. And Missy leaks off to the left side, but we're sure she's going to find some kind of way to run that putt and see if she can cash it.
Ooh, I like the way this is shaping up from Hokom. Get up there. Inside the circle, putting for 2.
Yeah, yesterday I think she got dropped down by that right tree on those 2 Vs, and that time caught some of those hangers off the side there and redirected her through the gap.
Scoggins going past the Mando. She misses the Mando. Parks the hole but misses the Mando. Hate to see it.
Yeah, misses the bulk of the trunk there, and that's kind of your discernible line for the Mando. You're supposed to kind of follow the bulk of the trunk up. I wouldn't hate to see maybe some kind of post installed there if we're going to use this hole again next year, just to make a little more obvious line.
So Ohn will be throwing 3 from the drop zone, which is also there at the Mando tree. And this is Missy Gannon from 2.
Oh, she's got a great window here.
Yeah, that looks beautifully framed up.
And she has a comfortable stance.
No wind? Good effort.
Too good of a window to be true for Missy, unfortunately.
Get in there.
That was a weird one.
I hate to see those wasted. They were both so close. Ohn with the bogey after missing the Mando.
Ohn goes to that one-legged flamingo putt on some of those short ones. Sometimes just takes the back leg out of it.
I know that. I used to do that probably 5 or 6 years. I learned it from Des Redding.
Definitely not bad on those tap-ins to kind of eliminate your legs, and you don't really need the power from them.
And no birdies here on hole 9. It's a short one. You hate to let that one slip away.
Here we see Ohn still looking for that first birdie on the back 9. We saw some highlights from Missy. Sarah's forehands have looked good, and Jessica's been coming out clean all day.
All right, it's moving day. Let's see how this leaderboard's looking. Tatar still in first, Pearson second, and Hansen in third. Missy Gannon holding on to 4th. She's playing strong with those putts. Weese in 6th, and Vanessa Van Dyken, shooting a great round, has moved up into the top 10. Again, my name is Holly Finley. You can check out my details in the description. I would love for you to buy one of my Tour Series It's. They glow. You know you want one. Everybody's got to have a glow bag. And my friend and partner here, Connor O'Reilly, has a really killer YouTube. You should check that out. He did a dubs match with Ella Hansen. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was Ella and Raven versus myself and Greg from OTB, if you know Greg, and it was a lot of fun. And I'll show you guys this course in a more casual, exciting setting.